What's up? Welcome to another live stream. We're just getting started right now. Give me a quick minute just to make sure everything's working properly. Welcome. Stay motivated, ladies and gentlemen. All right, everything looks good. All right, so here we go. We're gonna be doing a live stream in regards to Dr. John. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce his last name. Scharffenberg. All right. This intrigued me. All right, because he's 100 years old. He's 100 years old, and he's gonna give us some advice, some knowledge. Right, some knowledge, some advice on the best proper way to eat or practice a nutrition, a proper good nutritional diet. But I want to hear his fitness, right? Because we're supposed to be moving as well. What kind of physical activity is he doing? He's 100. Don't forget that he's 100. He's a doctor. He's been doing this for 100 years. Well, not 100, because I'm pretty sure he didn't start when he was like 5 years old, but almost 100 years old, we'll say that. He's been doing it for almost 100 years. All right. So I ran into this clip and I'm like, hey, this is awesome. He some of the stuff that he says, he's right. Right. If you're watching this on my vertical, I actually have another live stream going right now, horizontally. On the horizontal is where I have the video up. You'll be able to hear it. But you won't be able to see it. That's fine, right? And if you want to see it, you just come to the other live stream. I'm going live on 2 live streams right now, horizontally and vertical. So come to either or. All right, so let's get into the video, right? Let's see what he says.
Big. I mean, big. I said to her one day, you know, I've got to talk to you about your weight. I'm a preventive medicine doctor. I must talk to you. Her face fell. I said, do you want the bad news first or the good news first? She says, tell me the bad news first. You should understand that overweight increases the risk of dying from almost every disease we know.
That is true. So you don't die from being overweight. You die because the body doesn't function properly in order to get rid of a certain heart health issue, chronic disease, something, right? So that's why. So he's right.
But now let me give you the good news. Even though you are obese, if you exercise every day, you will live longer than the woman who's normal weight who doesn't exercise.
All right, that's a big statement, right? So although you're overweight, but you keep moving, right? You exercise. Because there's some people that are exercising not enough to lose weight maybe, but you can keep your heart strong, right? And that's what we want. That's one thing that we always say here in Manny's Fitness program is stay strong or get stronger, right? And then I also like to remind them that, hey, check this out. We're not only preventing getting overweight or weakness, but we're preventing heart health issues as well. Just because you don't see any drastic results or some awesome big results, that doesn't mean you're not doing anything. You're at least preventing. So I tell my members, I tell them, right here, we're in the business of transforming bodies, stronger, better, faster, look good, feel good, right? But we're also in business of preventing, right? We also prevent these chronic diseases, heart health issues, stuff like that. You don't want to get overly overweight, right? Because a lot of times we always set it aside. Oh, I'll work out later. I'll work out next year. I'll start fresh next year, or I'll start fresh next month, so on and so on, and we never start. Next thing you know, you're continually going and making excuses, and you're increasing in weight to where the weight on the body is going to prevent the body from getting rid of any heart health issue and stuff like that. So
A man who smokes has hypertension, has high blood cholesterol, but if he exercises every day, he will outlive the man who doesn't have any of those problems, who doesn't exercise.
that's a big statement, right? That's a big statement. So a person that has high blood pressure and smokes but exercises is going to live longer than him who doesn't smoke, doesn't have high blood pressure, but doesn't exercise. So the only thing that comes to mind is the cliche saying, right? If you don't use it, you'll lose it, right? If you don't use your cardiovascular levels, if you don't use a muscle, you lose it, which is true, right? Catabolic state. Now, the whole, if you have high blood pressure and you smoke, but at least you're exercising, he makes a point. He makes a great point. I'm looking for a problem in that. Are you even able to exercise when you're smoking and suffering from high blood pressure? You might not be able to even exercise though. You know, if you are suffering from high blood pressure and or you smoke, you're preventing yourself from getting exerted from exhaustion, right? Exhaustion, that's what I'm looking for. It's from exhaustion, therefore you don't get the heart rate up, right? If you don't get the heart rate up, you don't increase in a healthier, stronger heart. So that's the dilemma there on what he said. All right, because again, he's saying that somebody with high blood pressure and smokes but exercises will outlive he who doesn't have high blood pressure, doesn't smoke, but doesn't exercise. You'll end up dying from cardiovascular disease. If you don't exercise, but you don't smoke, you don't have high blood pressure, you will die from cardiovascular disease because you're not moving. You're not getting the heart pumping. You're not getting the blood flowing. You're not continually using the body. If you don't use it, you lose it. You start decreasing in muscle, cardiovascular. You have a very weak immune system, so on and so on. Right? So the question is that true? Will the person with high blood pressure that smokes but exercises outlive the person that doesn't smoke, doesn't have high blood pressure, but doesn't exercise, will that person, will that other person outlive that person? Man, I can't agree 100%. I don't think so, because smoking and high blood pressure will kill you eventually. Just because you're exercising, you're not gonna prevent from those things killing you. Smoking prevents the body from recovery, right? Because smoke in the lungs, right? The lungs get depleted, they become weak, therefore oxygen consumption decreases, your VO2 max decreases, you don't get to get the blood flow right, so on and so on. Hey, Spicy D, glad to have you on my fitness live stream. Yeah, so what do you think about that, Spicy D? So basically what he said the person who smokes and has high blood pressure will outlive the person who doesn't have that and doesn't exercise. The person who smokes and has high blood pressure but exercises. That was his statement, right? The person who smokes and has high blood pressure but exercises will outlive the person who doesn't have that and doesn't exercise, right? So it was subject. But I say, if you're smoking right there, let's just stick to smoking. If you're smoking, you're not gonna allow your body to recover, repair, rebuild, replenish, and heal because of you smoking. If you're decreasing the capacity of your lung function, then you lower down your ability to recover and repair because of oxygen, your VO2 max, right? Yeah, so so that's the thing, doctor. So let's keep going.
You need to exercise every day. That's very important.
He says we need to exercise every day. Yeah, and this is coming from 100-year-old, okay? Because exercise to somebody can be just going out for a walk in the park, going out for a bike ride, going out for a hike, going for swimming, so on and so on. My type of exercise is high-intensive interval training, tearing down muscle fiber tissue in order to rebuild the body stronger, better, faster, continually rebuilding old muscle fiber tissue so that you may continually have good, healthy, fast, and slow twitch muscle fiber tissue, right? And on top of that, proper nutrition 80% of the time. But if you just want to move around, that's fine. You're better than nothing. But the reason why you're suffering from, you can remove smoking right away, okay? Don't come at me and tell me that it is impossible for you to quit smoking. You can. Many thousands, millions of people have done it over and over again. Now, high blood pressure, you have high blood pressure mainly because of your nutrition. So if somebody is suffering from high blood pressure, but is still exercising, and the exercise is not decreasing your high blood pressure, you need to correct your nutrition, right? You need to correct your nutrition.
I have outlived my two brothers, 13, 14 years, 17 years. They're already passed away. And every year that's going to increase another year. And I'm not going to die next year.
That's a bold statement, my friend. 100 years old, and he said he's not going to die tomorrow. We'll see about that. Tomorrow's not promised, first of all. I'm not wishing any bad luck on him. It's just, you know, you don't die because if you practice proper nutrition and proper exercise, that still doesn't guarantee you to not die tomorrow. You know, everybody is also dealing with different genetics. Sometimes we have some kind of genetics and gene that's gonna not allow us to live any longer, right? So you just never know. But it's good to stay positive like that, right? He's a doctor, so, and he's exercising daily. I'm pretty sure he's not practicing high intensive interval training or CrossFit or something like that, right? Which is good. His nutrition is going to play a big part still, but being at 100, there's a modification to your nutrition now because of the age that you're in. Your body doesn't work as it did 80 years ago, right? As you can see, your skin starts to sag, and your mobility, flexibility, your jumping ability decreases, all that, right? Jess says, how you doing? I'm doing good, my friend. Anybody can die whenever, even if you're healthy, yeah? But do you increase your lifespan if you exercise and practice proper nutrition 80% of the time? Yes. Oh, yeah. There's people dying because they don't do that, right? If you die because you weren't exercising and not practicing proper nutrition 80% of the time, there you have it, right? You should be dying from, other reasons, right? Like I say, either genetically or getting hit by a bus, right? Some kind of accident.
So it's going to keep going up. I had a lady who helped me with the PowerPoint lectures. She was a graphic artist. She did it for a living, for advertising purposes. She did a lot of work for me, but she was kind of big. I mean, big, big, big. I said to her one day, I've got to talk to you about your weight. I'm a preventive medicine doctor. I must talk to you. Her face fell. I said, do you want the bad news first or the good news first? She says, tell me the bad news first. You should understand that overweight increases the risk of dying from almost every disease we know.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I said in the beginning, because you decrease your body's function to heal from any disease that wants to come, sickness and stuff like that, any type of sickness, some kind of flu, right? It can be anything, right? You go under the weather, you can die from pneumonia, right? Is it pneumonia?
But now let me give you the good news. Even though you are obese, if you exercise every day, you will live longer than the woman who's normal weight who doesn't exercise.
I think it's equal. I think it's equal. Okay. I think it's equal. He just stated that a woman that doesn't exercise and is not obese will not live as long as a woman that is obese but exercises. I think it's equal. It's equal. It's balanced out, right? And it's true. It balances out, because the woman that is not exercising is going to suffer from low muscle tissue, low muscle mass, therefore decreases metabolism, decreases effort, decreases strength, it decreases your overall functions because there's no strength, including your heart strength, right? Cardiovascular. So yes, that person that is not obese and does not exercise is in danger. Okay. Now, on the flip side, the lady that is obese but is exercising daily, and when we speak about exercise here, is just going out for a walk in the park, or doing a couple of body weight exercise here, nothing too intense to where you're going to stimulate the muscle, which is good, better than nothing, right? But even that obese person is still in danger because of the overall high amount of body fat, bad body fat. Remember, we got brown body fat and we got white body fat. Brown body fat is used for an energy source, ketones, right? Ketogenic. So both of them are in danger. That's it. So, and that's why I wanted to make a video of this, because over my time here in this position, I've never really heard that, and that is because of that. You're balancing out the weights, right? So basically, obese, not working out, and not being obese, it'll balance things out, right? Boom. That's it. So, no, don't believe, if you're overweight and you think that you're going to live a long time because you're at least working out, you're not. You're not. Why do you think you hardly ever see any obese, maybe even 60-year-olds, right? Hey, Uno, glad to have you on the stream. Manolo, you looking like a Honda's personal trainer at the Toda Madre Aún. Yep. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, just pumping out some knowledge here, because this might go around. This video might go around, and he's an awesome doctor. He's helping out, but it's a balance between the statements that he made. And then earlier he said that a person that smokes and has high blood pressure but exercises will outlive the person that doesn't smoke and doesn't have high blood pressure but doesn't exercise. No, it'll balance out. They're both in danger. They're both in danger.
A man who smokes has hypertension, has high blood cholesterol, but if he exercises every day, he will outlive the man who doesn't have any of those problems, who doesn't exercise.
False. It evens out. They're gonna live only around the same area, unless anything else happens outside of that, right? But yeah, that's it. Perfect. I'm glad I did this video, because I was like, wait a minute here. Let's dissect this information. Let's look deeper into this, because I didn't even know. I think he's probably the only one that would say this. I don't know. He's 100. I don't know if he's trying to go viral before he's done here. So I don't know. But no. And correct me in the comment section if you like. Let me know what you think. And we'll go from there. But other than that, I'm gonna be making more videos like this. You short, maybe 30-minute video, depending on your interaction. Then I'll go a little bit longer, but usually I like to get on here and just kind of bring this to your attention, to everybody on Facebook, everybody on my YouTube channel, Manny Ramos on YouTube, and see if we can get into something. That way we stay on track and do things right. I always say in my program, nobody got into great shit without great effort. You have to earn it, right? You have to earn it. It's going to be hard work, but we're going to make that hard work fun, exciting, and you're going to stay motivated, right? You're going to see some awesome results. You're going to get stronger, better, faster. You're going to look good. You're going to feel good, but you have to push, all right? Everybody has a fitness level. You don't have to push as fast as the person next to you, right? You push it to your high fitness level, right? With modifications, of course, all that. And that's what we do here in Manny's Fitness Program, right? We offer indoor boot camp and personal training in Lompoc, California for weight loss, muscle building, and overall better health and performance. If you're not from around here, you can always enroll into my online coaching where I'll coach you personally online, and I will get you into really great shape. We'll inform you, and we'll see exactly what the heck is going on. We need all to be strong. Why? Because we ain't got no time for weakness. We got things to do. All right, let's prevent heart health diseases, chronic diseases, weakness, all that stuff. All right, so hope you guys enjoy these kind of videos. If you're interested in joining Manny's Fitness Program, visit my website, mannysfitnessprogram.com. Other than that, you guys take care, be safe, stay motivated. Yeah. All right, later, Uno. Later.